So far we've used the arrange view in Ableton. Now we're going to have a look at the clip view. In this view we can insert clips that we create in each individual cell. Each clip effectively can be used once or can be used as a loop, and we're going to focus on the use of loops in this tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to create a shortcut to the folder that contains all the song files on your computer so that you can access them from within Ableton. So we're going to click on Add Folder in the left hand section over here. This will then bring you up a dialog box asking you where the folder that you want to locate is. So in my case I've got a folder on my desktop called Remixing Song Files. And I click Open and this will appear now in my places. So if I select Remixing Song Files, here are a list of all the different tracks and any subfolders I may have within there. I can listen to them from in here, so I can select a track and click on the little headphone icon down here. Any track. So you can audition the tracks in advance of actually putting them into Ableton. I'm just going to create a very simple remix in this tutorial just to show you the basics of how you go about using the clip view. So for this I'm going to use the drums from the Armand van Helden track, and I'm going to drag it and put it into an audio track. I'm also going to take this beginning section from this Lemon Jelly track and put it on another audio track. In addition to this, I want the bass line from Block Rockin' Beats, which is within this subfolder, and I'm going to drag that, and if you haven't got any tracks left, just drag it into an empty space on the right hand side here and it will automatically add a track for you. So in terms of editing the warp markers, it operates in exactly the same way as it does in the arrange view. You double click the part and it brings up the sample editor at the bottom. So I'm going to get the drums from this first piece. If we zoom in, I can see that this is my starting beat, so I'm going to set this as my 1.1.1, and I'm also, just for quickness, going to right click and set warp from here, and that will adjust all the warp markers that Ableton has detected and make sure this is in time. Let's just have a little listen. So I'm going to turn my metronome on, and the way the clip view works is that you have individual play buttons for individual clips. So if I hit play on here, clicking any empty cell will stop the clip. Hitting the stop will actually stop the track from playing any further, so the click will stop. So it sounds in time to me, so I'm just going to take one bar. I'm going to keep it very simple and highlight one bar. So this is the section that I want to loop. The keyboard shortcut to make this a bit easier is Command and L. That sets the start and end point of that loop, and it also turns loop on down here. So when I hit this section, this play button now, so that's now looping that one section. So I'm going to rename this. So I'm going to highlight the clip, press Command and R and call this drums. I'm now going to move on to my Lemon Jelly track. So let's have a quick listen to this. I'm going to turn the metronome off. Okay, you can hear it's quite a repetitive sort of synth intro. And first of all I'm going to change my algorithm to Complex Pro so it sounds smoother, and then zoom in. And you can see there's silence at the beginning, so I want my first transient point to be here, where this starts. If I right click and set warp from here, it will adjust the warp markers, and I'm going to set 1.1 here. So we listen to this with the click track. So that sounds in time. So I'm going to do the same thing, take two bars, press Command and L to loop it, and there's my synth. So let's rename this synth. And finally, the Block Rockin' Beats, I'm going to take the bass part out of this. So I'm going to zoom in. have a listen to it with the metronome on just to make sure it's in time. Okay, it's quite close, but I'm just going to right click and set warp from here just to make any final adjustments, and I'm just going to select this one bar, Command and L. So I now have a bass line. Let me just turn my metronome off. I have a synth part. And I have some drums.